Hi guys. Hi everyone. It's Sarah, aka Frank's mum from Team Frank and Jellies. So I'm coming to you guys tonight with a bit of a serious subject. I'm just going to give everyone a moment or so to jump on. Hi Nicola. Hi Nicola, if you can give me a couple of thumbs up and obviously share this video please with your followers, because we're going to be talking about quite a serious subject tonight. Hi Berry. Hey Nicola. Thank you. Berry, if you can also share this video, and Sarah, because we're going to be talking about quite a serious subject tonight that I really want to give people as much help as possible. Okay, so if you've ever bought a puppy, can you give me a little thumbs up? And if you've ever rescued a dog, could you give me a little heart, just so I know kind of like who we've got on the line. Hi Amy. Hi Helen. Right, bit of a serious subject tonight, so please share this video with your followers. You can do that now by just pressing share. And if, like I just said, if you have ever bought a puppy, can you give me a little thumbs up? And if you've ever rescued, can you give me a little love heart? So I want to talk to you tonight about the con men who are out there and who you really need to be aware of when it comes to buying a dog. Now, I don't have a view in regards to adopt, don't shop. I do believe in rescue as much as possible. But I understand that people want to have puppies. Like, I had 2 puppies. I've got Frank here right now who seems to be desperate that obviously I'm not clean enough. I need to give a wash. But come on, Frank, we've got to talk about serious stuff now. Okay, so we've all had it, haven't we? Like, you know, someone gives you a puppy to hold, even if it's not your own, and you absolutely, you love it immediately. It's such a maternal thing. You just want to love it, you want to hug it, you want to take care of it. Unfortunately, people really take advantage of that. People also, I'm finding, are taking advantage of, Frank, come on now, enough. We all want what's best, don't we? Whatever we can afford, we want what's very, very best. I'm seeing a huge trend in really expensive dogs being branded as rare breeds or rare colours. Give me a little thumbs up if you've ever seen any dogs that have been advertised as kind of rare breeds or rare colours. Now, I need to just kind of educate a few people on this one, okay? In terms of rare breeds and rare colours, there is no such thing as a rare colour in a dog, okay? And I'm not saying this to upset anybody. I love dogs. I love all dogs, regardless of their colour or regardless of their breed. A dog that is deemed a rare colour is because the Kennel Club or the, you know, the breed associations do not deem it a colour. It means that there has been, when that puppy has been produced, there has been a genetic mutation, quite similar to albinos in humans, that has caused that colour to occur. Now, if you've got a pet of colour, I want to just come out and say that I absolutely love pets of colour. However, I do not agree with breeding for colour. I remember when I first got Frank, because Frank was my first bulldog outside and first dog outside of my parents' home. I did a little bit of research, but I didn't know as much as I should have known about the breed, and I look back on it now and I go, I'm really, really lucky that the person that I chose as my breeder, you know, had done serious work in making sure that, you know, she was breeding from healthy lines. Every breeder should be breeding for health and not wealth. Give me a little heart if you agree with that sentiment as well. You should be breeding for the benefit of the breed. You should not be breeding to make an income. I'm sorry I'm moving around, but Frank seems to have got really funny about my perfume. So give me a little thumbs up if you agree. A breeder should breed for the health of the breed and not for wealth. It shouldn't be because of an income. I have seen dogs go for £10,000, okay? Lilacs, blues, pink pugs. In seriousness, guys, there is no such thing as a pink pug, nor a lilac bulldog, nor a blue Frenchie. I got into a bit of a disagreement with a friend of mine, actually, not too long ago, because she has got friends who've all got blue Frenchies. I'm just moving around a bit, guys, because the dogs seem to be deciding just now to decide to have a bit of a slanging match. Okay, and I got in a bit of a disagreement with her because she said to me, I want to get a dog and I want to get a Frenchie. And I'm going to get a blue Frenchie. And I had to explain to her, there's no such thing as a blue Frenchie. And if you want to go and buy a dog of colour, you are really being, in my mind, unfair to that dog. The reason being is when there's a genetic mutation, you know, you might see the colour on the surface, it's a difference of colour, but there's a mutation that could end up resulting in huge health problems. If you love your dog, you want it to live as long as possible. You want it to live a happy and healthy life. You don't want it to be in the vets. What, because you you wanted something that looked a bit special walking down the road? Like, oh, look at me, I've got this great thing, look at how much money I've spent on my dog. That doesn't make you a better dog owner. Not at all. It just makes you someone who's completely vain and actually doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. And to be honest, you probably shouldn't have a dog. I'm talking about people who are specifically going out, buying dogs of colour with the view to breed. Now, I've just had a lady Edith saying that she's bred and she's had a horrible experience. Breeding is not for the faint-hearted. I myself would personally never breed. I take my absolute hat off to friends and followers of Frank and Jellies who breed, and they breed for health and not wealth. It's not something I could do. If I had my dog Lulu, and if she wasn't spayed, and if she was to be bred, and she had like puppies, and those puppies didn't make it, I would be absolutely inconsolable. It takes somebody who really, really knows that breed to be able to do that, and to actually to be able to choose a Sam and a a sire and a dam. I'm getting distracted by his lickiness. Nicola's also saying she couldn't breed. I think we need to get the messaging out there that there is no such thing as, stop it now, right, enough, go. Sorry, somebody having too much. Come on, over there. We really need to have a serious conversation with the people around us and educate people that there is no such thing as a rare breed or, you know, a rare colour. Those are genetic mutations, and people that go out there and start, you know, putting pink pugs and saying they are a carrier of the colour, buy this dog for £10,000, breed it, I'll buy the puppies back from you, quite frankly, is no better than a trafficker. You know, and give me little hearts if you agree with that sentiment. Someone who's going out there and specifically saying, take my puppy, breed from it, it's carrying a pink gene, it will make you lots of money, for me is absolute scum of the earth. And the people who I'm talking about know who I'm talking about, because I've been jumping on some pages. So I just want to give people a few top tips, what I think I've learned from my experience of having a dog, buying dogs, about, you know, sometimes it's so easy to walk into an environment. I've seen a video from a lady today who won't be mentioned, who got one of her dogs back that she sold to what she believed was a lovely pet family, and what she found was absolutely awful. So I just want to share some of my experiences and my top tips that if you are looking to buy a puppy, what I recommend that you personally do. First things first, okay? When it comes to brachyphilic breeds, I'm talking about Frenchies, and I'm talking about pugs, and I'm talking about bulldogs. You know what? There are so many great Facebook tools out there. Go and join the breed groups of the dogs that you're considering bringing into your family. Be open and transparent, like saying, thank you for letting me join your group. I'm thinking about buying a bulldog, I'm thinking about buying a Frenchie, and I just want to learn more about the breed. You know, don't go straight in there and turn around and say, you know, I'm looking for a puppy, because people won't necessarily, you know, they won't recommend breeders, and you don't know who's going to end up, you know, coming and offering you a puppy, whether or not they're a good breeder or not. Take considerable time working out what it is that you want. Now, personally, if I was to breed, which I won't, and someone was to ring me up about a puppy, I would be saying to them, I'd be asking them a ton of questions before I would even consider bringing them into my home. So if you're ringing people up asking about a puppy and you're not being asked some really, really basic questions, you really want some alarm bells going off. You know, how much do you work? How long will the dog be left alone in the house? You know, do you have the finances to take care of the dog if it goes sick? Do you plan to have pet insurance? You know, someone that will just hand over their address and then let you come round to their house, quite frankly for me, is just a puppy farmer, and is quite dangerous, because they don't care about that dog. And if they don't care about that dog, how much of that, you know, that dog coming into the world did they really, really care about? You know, how much time did they take to make sure that that dog was healthy, and that had, you know, the best possible parents that they could be. We all want our dogs to live as long as possible, but we have to kind of come together a little bit on this and just be a little bit sensible. If you're going to be a little bit erratic and a little bit emotive with with buying a dog and just be dismissive of, oh, I like that colour, and yeah, you know, my friends have had 10 Frenchies and they've all been blues and there's never been a problem with the health. Okay, you crack on, but the chances are, I can tell you from experience and the kind of area I work in, that you are going to leave all of your money in the vets. The chances are you're going to be pretty heartbroken because that dog's going to get sick, and you're just going to sit back and wonder, you know, you can spend a fortune on a dog. You know, on average, I think a bulldog puppy in the UK is probably about £2,000 from good breeding. I think a Frenchie is about 1,500. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. You know, with brachyphilic breeds, you want to be asking the breeder, you know, were the Sam and the Dam and the Sire. I can never say that right. It's because he's licking me. Look, Frank, stop. Look, I'm talking. The Dam and the Sire should be health tested as much as possible. Now, don't get me wrong. There are instances where accidents happen in the home. I'm not pretending that that doesn't happen. But you know, invariably, if you're wanting to look for a really, really healthy, really, really good dog, you want to be asking questions about, you know, what health testing has been performed. And there are different levels in the UK of bronze, silver, and gold of health testing. Ask those questions. Spend the time in those groups. Get to know the breed. There will be nothing harder. Look, we're all human beings at the end of the day. If I walked into somebody's home, and I know people that this has happened to, and they walk in and their gut instinct tells them that this is really not a good place, but then they see puppies and they worry about their future. If someone puts a puppy into your arms and then you're going to walk away and you think that they're in a bad state, that's never going to happen. So make sure that you do your research first. Find out who it is that you're actually considering, you know, buying a puppy from. Other little tips and things that I've learned about the puppy farming industry is things like sometimes they will use like fake houses. So houses that they rent out, you'll go to a home, invariably you'll be a woman because women are deemed to be more trustworthy, and there'll be the puppy on its own, and the puppy farmer will say to you, I'm really sorry, the mum's not here, she's at the vet's, or the mum's died. And, you know, kind of keep an eye on your surroundings as well. When you go in there, if something doesn't feel right, you need to walk away, okay? Also, anybody who just lets you take a puppy home, for me, would be alarm bells. You really should be allowed to kind of take time to walk away and just make a decision. Having a dog is like having a child. I mean, he is literally, you are like having a baby. You are. You're like having a little toddler. And you have to take thought and consideration into, can you deliver what's needed to be that dog's fur mum? Can you get a dog walker if your hours change? Do you have family around the corner to let them out if you have to go back to work full time? Can you afford the pet insurance? All those things that need to be considered. You know, if you haven't had a baby yet, can you cope? Can you do the right training? Are you willing to be committed to do all those things that we need to do to make sure that that dog, you have brought that dog into your home. It is your responsibility to take care of it for its entire life. Give me a little thumbs up, guys, if you agree with that sentiment, or if that's just me, that's fine, but that's how I feel. I feel like when you bring a dog into your home, you are completely responsible for it. There is no excuses, there is no reasons. I do appreciate there are some instances where aggression and behaviour, and it can get dangerous. I'm never suggesting that you put your family in danger, and those are things we can't control, but when you bring a dog into your home, you are responsible for it. And you're also responsible, before you bring it into its home, to your family, of making sure that you've done all the right necessary checks. Okay, there is no such thing, again, as a blue Frenchie, a pink pug, or a lilac bulldog. So Emma's just jumping on with this and saying she's researched the priority. Her dog was incorrect breeding and the right test not being done. We had him as pre-rescue in his old home as we're looking to put him in the doggy home. Yeah. So Julie's saying that she had a letter, made sure she had a contract with new owners and gave them all Facebook get updates on them. As I wouldn't sell them to just anyone as the puppies weren't an accident. Absolutely. You know, you want people to, if the breeder doesn't seem to give a view of like being interested in the dog's future, then you've also got, like I said, you've got to make a balanced view of, you know, how much care did they take into the breeding. You know, we want the best for the dogs. I would love nothing more than to see puppy farming disappear from the UK. I'd like to see everyone with a license having to, you know, own a dog and take care of a dog, because I love dogs and I want nothing but the best for them. But if you're watching this video and you're considering like, oh, I'm going to go and buy a lilac bulldog, it's going to give me 5 or 6 puppies and I'm going to sell them for 10,000 a piece. Shame on you. Karma will come and get you. and you will get everything that's coming to you, and you will have no sympathy from anybody if you are looking to breed for your wealth and not for the dog's health. And I just wanted to jump on and kind of like say that. I know that's a bit of a rambling and a bit of a rant, but those dogs are deemed rare colours by the people who try and sell them. If the kennel, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the kennel club because of other things. I think they should enforce more health testing, and they don't. However, if you can't even get a certificate from a kennel club who will register practically anything, you need to be shouting with alarm bells. And this is one thing to finish on, okay? I've heard from a lot of people, they say, oh, my dog hasn't got papers, it's not kennel club, but it doesn't matter because I'm not planning to show. No, that is what somebody is telling you to broke you into paying the money. They will say to you, oh, you don't need papers because you're not planning to show, are you? You're not planning to breed. Well, actually, you need to know the dog's history. Is what happens if that dog's